On a sticky summer evening in Dallas, Texas, the air felt thick and heavy with the scent of freshly cut grass and sizzling street food. Ali Shaheen, a 42-year-old CEO of one of the fastest-growing restaurant chains in the country, parked his car across the street from one of his flagship establishments, Ali's Bistro. Tonight, however, he wasn't focused on revenue or operations. Instead, he was there to uncover whispers of discontent that had reached his ears. Ali had built his business on the values of community, respect, and inclusion, and he took great pride in creating a welcoming environment for everyone. Yet, recent feedback from customers and cryptic notes from his managers hinted that something wasn't quite right within the walls of his beloved restaurant. Determined to get to the bottom of it, he decided to conduct a surprise visit. Disguised in a simple blue t-shirt, jeans, and a baseball cap pulled low, he blended into the crowd of evening diners. As he stepped through the doors of Ali's Bistro, the familiar aroma of grilled kebabs and spices enveloped him, and for a brief moment, he felt everything was as it should be. The dining area was bustling with families, laughing children, and friends sharing meals, creating the warm atmosphere he had always envisioned. However, as Ali approached the counter to place his order, he noticed something unsettling, a low murmur of laughter coming from behind the register. Two young employees were leaning against the counter, seemingly unaware of the growing line of customers waiting to be served. Their laughter was loud and seemed to carry a vicious undertone. Ali hesitated, torn between confronting them or just observing. He chose the latter, hoping to gather more information. Leaning in closer to the menu board, he strained to catch snippets of the conversation. "Did you see that guy?" One employee snickered, pointing outward. "He can barely walk without tipping over." "What a joke." Ali's stomach dropped as he watched a man with a limp struggle to navigate through the dining area, balancing a tray with a soda precariously perched on top. The laughter from behind the register grew louder as they continued to mock him. "Next up, we're going to see some lady in rags, digging in her pockets for change," the other employee added with a smirk, and their laughter echoed again. Ali's heart raced as he clenched his fists, a wave of anger washing over him. Was this the atmosphere he had worked so hard to create? The two employees were clearly engaging in hurtful behavior, oblivious to the hurt they were causing. Taking a deep breath, he reminded himself to maintain composure. He would address this, but not immediately. He needed to gather more details. He needed to understand how pervasive this attitude was. He placed a simple order for a kebab and fries, and the employee at the register barely looked up as he punched in the order, his expression indifferent. Ali took his food and found a quiet table in the corner, observing those around him. Families were sharing moments over their meals. Yet in the background, the atmosphere seemed tarnished by the lack of respect that had unfolded at the counter. With his food in front of him, Ali's appetite vanished, replaced by a growing concern. The employee's mockery had revealed a pattern of behavior that suggested a deeper cultural problem within the restaurant. Their laughter wasn't an isolated incident. It was part of a toxic environment. As he sat quietly, his mind churned with doubt and anger. Should he confront the employees right away? Or should he take a broader approach? He decided it was essential to first collect more evidence before handling the situation directly. Once the rush died down and the tables cleared, Ali rose to prepare for what he knew he had to do. He approached the counter, where the employees had now relaxed and were joking casually among themselves. The air shifted as Ali stepped forward, and a nervousness settled in. One of the employees noticed him first, plastering on an artificial smile. "Hey man, can I help you with your order?" he asked, his disinterest evident. Ali cleared his throat. "Actually, I'd like to speak to you both for a moment. Somewhere private." The surprise on their faces spoke volumes. They exchanged wary glances but fell silent as Ali motioned toward a small break room visible at the back of the restaurant. Inside the cramped room, Ali closed the door and faced the two men. "Do you know who I am?" he asked, keeping his voice calm yet firm. One employee shrugged. "Should we?" Ali reached into his pocket and pulled out his business card, handing it to the one who had spoken. As the young man read it, his eyes widened. You're the CEO," he stammered, realization dawning. "That's right," Ali acknowledged, crossing his arms. "And I was listening to every word you've said tonight about our customers. The man with the limp, the woman in the hoodie, and even myself. You didn't hold back, did you?" The other employee opened his mouth to defend himself, but Ali cut him off. This isn't about excuses. What I heard tonight completely goes against everything this company stands for. I built Ali's Bistro to serve everyone, regardless of their background, appearance, or circumstances. The room fell silent, and the two employees shifted uncomfortably under Ali's penetrating gaze. You've turned this place into something ugly, he continued, his voice rising. Mocking people who trust us to treat them with respect. Do you understand how serious this is? One employee finally mustered the courage to speak. We didn't mean anything by it. We were just joking, he protested, but the defensiveness fell flat. Joking? Ali's eyes narrowed. Do you think the man you laughed at would find that funny? Or the woman who likely worked hard to afford her meal? Humor that comes at someone else's expense is not humor. It's cruelty. Instead of letting his anger take full control, Ali took a moment to compose himself. His next words came with a steely resolve. Here's what's going to happen. He fixed his gaze on each employee, his expression serious. This isn't just about the two of you. It's about the environment that allowed this to happen in the first place. You're going on suspension, effective immediately. I will be speaking with the store manager and the rest of the team to get to the bottom of this. Their previous arrogance vanished, replaced with palpable regret. They could sense the gravity of their actions weighing on them, and Ali knew this would be a turning point. Over the following days, Ali dove deep into the store's culture. He spoke with other employees and a few regular customers, only to uncover a cycle of unchecked toxicity. The two employees weren't the only ones guilty. Several admitted to staying silent out of fear or complacency. He learned that the store manager had turned a blind eye, prioritizing efficiency over integrity. Soon, Ali met a young woman named Tasha, who had quietly observed the culture unfold. I wanted to speak up, but I was scared they'd laugh at me too, she admitted, her voice trembling. I didn't know if anyone would care enough to do something about it. Her words struck Ali deeply. That evening, they replayed in his mind, and he reflected on the weight of responsibility he carried, not just as a CEO but as someone capable of enacting real change. The next day, Ali called an all-staff meeting. He laid out the changes coming to both the restaurant and the entire company. Policies would be updated, training programs revamped, and accountability measures put in place at every level. Most importantly, he emphasized that this wasn't just about avoiding punishment. It's about understanding the power of respect, Ali said, his voice steady. It's about acknowledging the impact of your words and actions on others. He knew that change wouldn't stem from just words alone. It needed to be earned through action. In the weeks that followed, Ali's Bistro began to transform. The changes were not superficial. They aimed to rebuild the culture from the ground up. The two employees who had mocked customers were given the option to join a training program focused on empathy and workplace respect. One accepted, humbled by the experience, while the other quit, unwilling to adjust to the new standards. More significant, however, was the replacement of the store manager with Tasha, who had shown courage in the face of wrongdoing. Ali recognized her potential, believing in the quiet strength she possessed that could guide the team toward a brighter future. You deserve this, he told her during the announcement. You've shown more integrity in your silence than others have with their voices. Ali implemented anonymous feedback systems across all locations, allowing employees to report any misconduct without fear of retaliation. Training sessions on inclusivity and respect became mandatory, and a new company-wide motto emerged. We serve with dignity for every person, every time. But Ali didn't stop there. He recognized that the incident could spark broader conversations about respect and inclusion in the community. Partnering with local organizations, he hosted community events, inviting people from all walks of life to share their experiences and build mutual understanding. During one such event, Ali spoke to attendees, sharing the powerful lessons learned from the troubling experience at his bistro. Words can heal or harm, he shared, looking around the room. It's up to us to choose which path we walk. This moment became a realization for Ali. His toughest challenge had transformed into a remarkable opportunity to lead by example, creating a legacy of respect that extended far beyond the walls of his restaurants. The journey didn't end with mere internal changes. It was just the beginning. The story of Ali's Bistro and the incident that unfolded there became a powerful lesson, resonating beyond the company itself. It served as a reminder that leadership isn't just about profits or growth. It's about standing firm in your values, even when it's uncomfortable. For those who watch from the sidelines, Ali's actions spoke volumes. Respect isn't optional, and everyone deserves to feel valued, no matter who they are or where they come from. His story challenged others to reflect on their own behavior, not just in the workplace but also at home and in their communities. In the end, Ali realized that small actions, whether kind or cruel, could create lasting impacts. The next time someone encountered a person different from themselves, he urged everyone to choose kindness. You never know whose day you might brighten or whose life you might change. If this story touched your heart, take a moment to share it with others. Let's spread the message that respect and dignity are not just values, they are ways of life. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories that inspire change and challenge us to be better, one step at a time.